supportive more than anything, loyal again. I love to take care of people. Absolutely. I find myself pretty maternal. I want to be a mom so badly one day. My goal in life is to be a great mom and a great wife. And so that's what I have to bring to the table.
Okay. So are you prepared to be of service to your man?
It depends on, what extent are we going to that?
Well, just like he loves you, takes care of you. That's the premise. You're married, right? He protects, provides. Are you willing to be of service to him?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then like your standards make sense. But it's just like when like if you're gonna, like when you.
No, I understand. I feel like you have a lot of blonde-haired bimbos on here saying, "I want this and I want that," and they don't back it up. I feel like there's been some assumption everywhere.
There's been some brunette bimbos too.
Okay. So you get what I'm coming at. Like I understand that. People look at me, I don't dress the most conservatively. Like I enjoy fashion. I like to do my thing, but I just think it was off the bat, like this girl's probably a dumbass like the rest of them. Like, and I totally understand because unfortunately I walk into most rooms believing most people are that way anyways, because it's so common. So I just think that
we weren't making those assumptions about you. At least I wasn't.
I was just playing with mental models.
Okay.
My whole thing though is with the car door opening thing.
Okay.
You mentioned that you want the guy to pay for you on the first date. Let me go around the table really quick on this. Do you want the guy to pay for you on the first date?
Yeah.
Yes.
If he asked me, then yes.
If he asks me on the date.
Yeah.
And you're married, so I'm assuming yes. I'm assuming for you, yes.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Why should the guy pay?
He asked
Hold
me.
on.
Sorry.
Let's start over here really quick. Just a layup every time. Okay. Okay, you go ahead.
He asked me on the date. If I'm asking a guy on a date, I'm probably going to pay for his meal, but I'm never asking a guy on a date.
That's convenient.
It is.
So, okay,
isn't it?
Well,
right?
when second dates and third dates come along.
I'm talking about first dates. I'm talking about first dates.
Date, I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that he asked me out. Hey, Lindsay, I'm into you. Let me take you out to dinner. Or, I actually have a weird thing about eating in front of people. I do not like to do that. It's like my nightmare first date. So, like, if even more than that, if a guy's like, hey, let's do something, he better have a plan of what we're doing. If we're going spending the day together and doing something, he better have that planned. It's not like, hey, Lynn, like, what do you want to do?
Okay.
So it's even more than paying for it. There should be some more thought, some more effort. The initial, maybe first, second date, if you continue to ask me out, because as a lady, I think that I should wait to be, asked. I'm not going to say, well, when are you taking me out next? I think that, once you're in a committed relationship, I'd be happy to put down my card. I'd be happy to leave the tip. I'm not like, I need someone to pay for everything.
Okay, let's let some other people get an opportunity to speak. Go ahead.
I mean, it's a date. We're not just hanging out. If we're friends and I'm hanging out with my guy friend, maybe I'll pay for his taco. Doesn't matter. I'm not expecting him to pay, but this is a date. I think if you're trying to, and I don't want to say, because I'm not a prize, but if you're trying to win me over, I think that you should be doing these things,
And then your take.
I agree. I think if you're asking me out and you're going to take time out of my schedule, I mean, this is just first date, right? So first date, yeah, pay for me. But if there's follow-up dates, then take turns.
So all of you said either whoever asks or the guy should pay. Have you ever asked out? Who said whoever asks should pay? You two. Have you ever asked a guy out on a date?
Yes, actually.
Of all the first dates you've ever been on.
One I've asked.
How many first dates have you been on?
5, 6.
So 5, they asked you, 1 you asked.
Yes, and I did pay.
When you asked?
Yes.
Fair enough. What about you?
I have never asked a man on a date.
How many first dates have you been on?
I want to say maybe like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Okay, so you've been asked out on all those dates.
But he has not paid every single time.
Most of the time, did they pay?
Every time except one. The one that he didn't, I never talked to him again.
Oh, so okay, when he didn't pay, you'd never. So that's another question really quick. If you went out on a date with a guy and he said, hey, I'd like to, the check comes or whatever. Maybe you get food, maybe you get tea, maybe whatever, you get coffee, you get a drink. And the guy says, hey, let's split the bill.
So embarrassing. I'll just put my card down.
But you'll never see him again.
If I really like the guy, I mean, in the instance, how am I really going to like a guy after a first date?
Let's just say it's like of average interest.
No.
Okay, what about you?
I don't think so. It's like
You wouldn't?
first impressions are everything.
Okay, what about you?
Seriously depends on how the date went. And we already said, if we fall in love with a guy and he's broke, I would be willing to work with that. And I don't want to say financially support him, but if we're going out and doing something together.
Okay, he's just asking.
No, I wouldn't see him again. I think you're going to get that answer from all of us. We all just said no.
Okay, allow them to answer. Go ahead. You'd not see him again.
Not because of that, but I mean,
That's what
this
I'm
is
asking.
actually an
That's what
instance.
I'm
This has happened to me, actually.
Okay,
kind of.
tell us quickly what.
This was just this was a Tinder date. It was stupid. I went on a date with this guy, and he had me drive him around, which is also fine. Okay, he asked me to drive. We went.
He had a DUI or something.
He was just his truck something. It was stupid. And we're hanging out. He's like an SDSU frat guy. I'm not into it. Whatever. The whole vibe is off. It's just terrible. And then he turns to me and he tells me that he's hungry, like I'm some sort of Uber driver or something. And I was like, okay, let's go get food. So we go to McDonald's, and he turns to me after paying. It's at the kiosk. He gets like a 20-piece nugget, and he goes, "So who's paying, you or me?" But it wasn't even for me. He was asking, and then it's a joke, and I'm like, I thought he was joking, so I was like, okay, let's rock paper scissors, like to see who pays, and I lose, and he looks at my pocket. He's like, so you're gonna pay for that? And I pull out my card and I pay for his stupid nuggets.
You didn't get anything?
I didn't get anything.
What
I was like, hungry.
Legend.
I was
Yo,
like, I'm
W's
not
in the chat for the SDSU frat boy. Finessed.
No, like, do you remember at the very beginning of this where I was like this is dysfunctional?
Tinder, yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing.
Let's have her go. Go ahead.
What was the question?
Bro, are you just not listening?
No, I am listening. It was just like,
okay,
it's like
you're on the date with a guy, right? Let's say he asked you, but he says at the end of the date, do you want to split the bill?
The thing is with me, like, maybe like last year I would have been like, oh yeah, like I'll see him again. But like now people are trying to tell me to be more like, like have him take care of me more. So like, I don't know, like I feel like I would make excuses and be like, yeah, I'll see you again.
Okay, so it wouldn't bother you?
No, not really.
If the guy, wanted to split the bill?
Yeah. Like it depends though.
Okay.
It should bother you, like that and I realize, like, I'm married, but I still have like functioning ovaries, and I also study, like, literature and art. Like, it should bother you. If a man likes you, if he thinks that you're valuable, he's going to pay. Even if you invite him, okay? Like, if you invite him, you say, like, I want to take you on a date or something like that. Like, if he enjoys the time that he spent with you, he's going to make sure that he pays. So, like, my question is, number one, like, why are we choosing these men that want to split McNuggets, ma'am? I don't know what was going through your mind, but
I mean,
did he hit? Did he hit?
No.
Stop the count.
Come on, bruv.
Yeah.
You were like, who's this Chad who just made me pay for his nugs?
Like I think we have.
What about like maybe not hit, but did you like,
Did he get a smooch? Did you kiss him? Did you kiss him?
Oh, you made out.
That's just as, not just as bad.
After
but like,
or
that's
before
still
the
bad.
nuggets? After or before the nuggets?
Before, like, we kissed and then we went to McDonald's.
Was there a kiss after?
No.
Okay, whatever. Go ahead, Allie.
The thing about it is, like, if you guys are wanting men to be masculine, like, you are going to have to find and figure out some type of way to be feminine, okay? And I think, like, in the West, we really struggle with this concept of femininity, and it requires that you're more demure and that you follow his lead, which means, like, you have